What's up, everybody? DBD here, and we are back in episode 8, I think, of Survival Fountain of Youth. Welcome back. Don't forget to check the pinned comment down below for the word of the day and a health cookie. Alright, so you know what? I changed my mind about the base work. So I received a few tips, right? OBS in the comments, he told me that I shouldn't be deleting my spent fishbone needles anymore, because they can actually be used to craft the best heal in the game. They can be used to craft medkits. So from now on, I'm going to be hanging on to and preserving my destroyed bone needles, you know? And he also gave me another tip. What the hell was it? Right. Spending my skill points. Now, when I took a look at this, it says not retroactive. So I assume that meant that every 5th completed survival task, only from the point you unlocked this, would give you an extra perk point. But that may not actually be the case. So survival tasks and native chronicles. You know what? I'm going to start spending points in this, and we're going to see if I end up with additional survival points. Just for the sake of discovery, because I kind of have no idea, and I'm not that interested in this other stuff. I do, however, feel like what they really need to create is a combat specialization that you can invest in. Something for stamina while you're charging up a power attack, right? That would be really useful. But for now, we're going to spend our points here and see what happens. So, what exactly does it say? Every 5th completed survival task gives 1 perk point. Alright. Now, I don't know what that did. It says not retroactive, right? So I'm assuming that I'm just not going to get extra points for that. So maybe in a future playthrough, this should be the first thing you unlock, because it'll give you more points overall, but I can't imagine how many... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, you'd need 10 points just to get this final level. And if it's not retroactive, then that basically means that you're wasting all the points that you could get. So I'm going to have to... I don't know. I'll keep unlocking this just for the sake of it, because I have zero interest in this other stuff. We're going to max this out, and I'm hoping that I'll just sort of end up getting extra survival points, but we'll see. If it's not retroactive, then it's essentially a waste of points, and I feel like that's something the devs need to change about it. But I'll bring that to them on the bug reporting forum to just see what their opinion is of it and see what they would like to do with it. Now, I'm kind of curious about upgrading this here. Oh, but we need... yeah, a piece of iron ore. Right. Oh, I think I understand now. Okay. In an earlier episode, I had a piece of copper ore, but I didn't have the blueprints unlocked. I figured out why just now. I got my first piece of copper ore and these 2 pieces of iron ore in a wooden box. So you only actually unlock the blueprints when you collect it from the ground. If you collect it from a box, then it doesn't count as you actually picking up the item and learning the crafting shit for it, right? So improved smelter, copper ingot, massive stone, and 2 pieces of clay. We can do that right now so that we can start processing iron and silver. Yeah. And then a copper ingot. We're gonna need to mine more copper today. Gonna have to make sure that we get our ducks in a row where that's concerned. Alright, 2 pieces of clay. We're gonna need a lot of copper, honestly. I'm kind of hoping that I get an extra processing slot from this. If not, I might end up building another smelter, because only being able to do 1 at a time, it's not so bad. It's not too terrible, but it, you know, just kind of... the less times you have to check on something, the better. Hey, look at that. There are 2 slots now. Beautiful. It feels like a true upgrade. Alright, so... let's see what islands can offer me more copper. Red Island can offer me more copper. Directly over that way. Let's take a look at our tools. Yeah, see, these are getting quite worn, so we're going to want to use our remaining durability to kill whatever jaguars or pumas that we have to, access whatever mines that we have to, and gather a surplus of available copper that we can use for future tool endeavors. Alright. I did want to focus on upgrading some of these, but in order to do that, I need a new copper tank. In order to make a new copper tank, we have to go mine copper. So it looks like that's our first task today. We are going to go do that. Alright. I will meet you guys at Red Island. By the way, I wanted to let you guys know. So we're approaching the end of this series. We're not quite there yet, but I'd imagine we don't have any more than a few episodes left of this, so by that time we will have seen all the content and learned everything we wanted to learn until the next update comes out. So I was thinking about what I might play next, and I have 2 ideas, and, well, 3 ideas, and I might actually play them simultaneously, so I was thinking The Long Dark on Vanilla Interloper difficulty. I'm very good at it. As you know, don't worry, I don't save scum. Like, I pity people who save scum, so you'll never have to worry about me uploading my save and doing underhanded shit like that. So The Long Dark is one of them, right? And Subsistence on Hardcore is another. I'm extremely proficient at The Long Dark, but Subsistence is... I'm kind of more of a noob at that. I'm not that great at it. So the likelihood of death in both games is high, with the likelihood of death in The Long Dark being considerably lower, just because I've gotten so good at it over the years. I think they are the next logical steps for what I should play. Oh, the third option is Project Zomboid, another game that I'm more or less decent at, but that you can, you can screw up and die anytime on your first mistake. So, I think those are going to be the next games that I kind of balance the scales and decide between, and I may even do 2 of them simultaneously, because one thing I've noticed so far is that I haven't actually endeavored to play more than 1 game at a time. And I think I should. I think I should try to learn how to juggle multiple series to not only increase viewership, but add to the amount of games that subscribers might not know about. Right? If I play multiple games at a time, like at least just 2, not 3 or 4, but 2, then it presents an opportunity for subscribers, viewers such as yourselves, to actually experience new games, get hyped about playing them, potentially buy them, supporting the developers and the creation of, more updates for those games. Yeah, I'd like to pump out more content for more games. Just, I'm thinking maybe 2 games at a time instead of 1. Right? Nothing extreme. So I'll give that some more thought, and that's all I wanted to talk to you about. Now, I'll meet you at the copper mine, where we might have to kill a puma. Puma, puma, yeah. Puma, 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 yeah. Oh, there it is. Alright. We have to try to kill it. Oh, he's running away really far. Gotta preserve my stamina. I can't waste any, or else I'll have to retreat. Alright, come on. Good. I think that might be it. Yeah, that's it. No, it's not. Oh! He almost clipped me. I'm gonna take these jaguar tendons. I may not have found a use for them yet, but that doesn't mean I can't in the future. Especially when we upgrade our tanning workbench. So that's it. He was the solitary guard of this copper mine. Where is this mine, huh? Here it is. Alright, let's clean it out. We don't have our bedroll, so I'm just gonna harvest like half of it right now. And then we'll rest, come back, and get the remaining amount. We can carry a lot more now. Yeah, we could probably take it in 2 trips. I think that my soul, if it manifests as an animal, it's an anteater. Like, I am an anteater deep within. Alright, let's deposit pretty much all this stuff, just to conserve space. Alright, we can definitely take the 5 remaining pieces of copper ore if our inventory only looks like this. So that's good. We're gonna need a drink. Apples. Good. Eggies. Get a little bit of health back while we rest. Alright. Meet you guys there for the final trip. I wonder, you guys think I'm gonna find copper in that new region? Iron, coal, and stone. I haven't even been to that island yet, so you know what? There could be something good there. We'll have to find out. Beautiful. Ever since we researched that book, it is a lot less fatiguing to harvest copper. And with that copper pickaxe, we're not worrying about durability pretty much at all. Oh, yeah. Almost walked right into these guys. Yep, not seeing a potential copper site over there. But I suppose that's okay. Let's cut through here to go back to the boat. I haven't really ran down here and checked it out, so I'm just going to do that. And we'll fill our inventory, whatever space is left, with additional cactus chunks. I haven't found a use for them, but I may. Let's take a look. Alcohol. See, that's crucial. That's used for making medkits, and since OBS gave me that tip about not disposing of my needles, that's going to be pretty relevant soon, so. Telling you guys, I may be decent at games, but there's so much I don't know. And if you know something that you don't think I know, please tell me in the comments. Because I have learned so much from that one subscriber. Just imagine how much I'd learn if everybody spoke up about the tips and tricks that they value. And shoutouts to OBS for being the first to share that knowledge. Oh, we need a shovel for that. But fortunately, I think our shovel is part of our standard ship carry, so we probably have it in here. We sure do. Yeah, we'll just work through it. Alright, well, we got 3 more pieces of clay. And I do recall we have roughly 6 or 7 pieces of clay. So we're not exactly desperate. Now that we can move again. That anteater stew is a remarkable food, if I recall correctly. It's just, I don't want to frickin' kill an anteater because I'll feel like a dick. Alright, so, anteater meat. And, you know what? You can get fresh hide from them. Which, I mean, we need fresh hide. And they're the one creature that isn't gonna hit you back if you hit them. Still, that's the only one I'm killing. I'm not gonna go on a frickin' anteater massacre. Not when my very soul is the embodiment of an anteater. The anteater essence. Alright, I'll meet you guys back at home. 9 more copper isn't a bad haul. In fact, with that 9 copper, we can end up with 5 more ingots. So I'm happy with that. And we can process 2 slots at the same time now. Which is really, really nice. I love their design of workstations in this game. The way that you can upgrade them. Okay, so I was right. In the last episode, I thought that this, yeah, unlimited 35% chance to start a fire. Alright, that's what the magnifying lens is for. Let's grab 2 coal. Oh yeah, that's right, we don't need 2. We're just gonna smelt both on the same timer of 1 piece of coal. Alright. There we go. So we're gonna have to check on that in 1 hour 40. So you need 2 anteater meat and clean water in order to craft this. Look at this food, man. 51 food and 45 water and 19 health. Like, that's incredible. It's almost a bad thing that I'm not willing to kill anteaters. Alright, let's take the rest out of the boat here. We got some animal fat here. Let's, I think you need 2 for every drying action, so we'll just, put that in the dryer. Yeah, salted lard. At least that way we won't be wasting it, right? Get some water. Got ourselves a... Oh, so they are jaguars. They're not pumas. Unless pumas and jaguars are the same thing, but I got no fucking idea. Alright. We're gonna want to make that gas mask for sure. Let's start tanning this hide. And, yeah, we're gonna upgrade the tanner workbench right away. It's gotten bigger. We're gonna have to move it back slightly. But now we have it. We can now process new shit. But we still can't process teguhide till we upgrade it again. Fortunately, we have the wooden planks and copper required to do so, but our copper supplies are so low and our tools need repair. I mean, unless we want to use the obsidian tools that we still have for a while. Alright, let's go grab that copper. I am going to want to upgrade it. But we are going to have to find another source of copper. Alright, now we can process tegu hide. Oh, we can make a lot of shit. Piece of tegu leather. We'll just need dried tegu hide to make it. So, the iron ingot takes slightly longer. Which sucks. It basically means we have to put in 2 pieces of coal in order to smelt it. So we'll have to remember to shut this off from now on. But we at least have these 2 copper ingots. This stone hammer is entirely spent, so we won't be repairing it again. Brand new hammer, there you go. Alright, I'd like to use these 2 pieces of copper to repair our tools. Definitely the spear. Most certainly. And, the knife. We can use our obsidian axe if we have to. Our first iron ingot. Spanish schooner. Oh yeah, I heard that there's a lookout tower on this that you can actually map from. Maneuverable Spanish vessel. Allows sailing in the open sea. Has a bed and a storage container. Vessel speed is 25 miles per hour. 10 miles faster than our current boat. Brakes during travel, but has significantly higher durability. Storage container and a sleeping cabin. Wow. Jeez, that's a high quality boat right there. Alright. We'll use this last piece of copper to just repair our axe. Now I'd like to process some tegu hide. It's just so heavy, and I'll bet you that this will become significantly lighter after we process it. It did weigh 16 units. Oh yeah, now it weighs 5. Perfect. Alright, now we need dried tegu hide. I'd also like to make another piece of leather. Look at that, we finally have a use for tree bark, can you believe it? Okay, we now have 2 pieces of leather. So we're gonna make the herbal mask and the breathing bubble. As per OBS's advice, we will not be disposing of these destroyed needles. We'll be utilizing them. Okay. So they do have durability limits. I don't know how long they last, but we'll only use them as needed. We might want to use this mask before we use it to craft the next one, the malaria costume, because I'll bet you that we're gonna encounter sulfur gas without malaria first, and we'll want to use that mask, and then the next region probably will have sulfur gas and malaria, necessitating that we craft that upgrade. So we'll want to use this durability first. Finally reduce the weight of the processed tegu hides. I can't wait to receive the dried ones and see what I can do with them. So all we need is animal tendons, alcohol, and a fishbone needle. And the alcohol, as we discovered, can be crafted using cactus. A musket base? What? Can make a gun? Jesus. Alright, we're gonna hang on to this, because I'm gonna want to craft that upgraded boat in the future. Now, unless I'm mistaken, there's no actual recipe for just cooking the anteater meat, unless they added one. But I don't think so. Yeah, anteater meat on its own you can't really do anything with, so. Alright, I'm gonna sleep for 9 hours so that we can get our first dried tegu hide. And then we'll see what we can do with it. Okay, now we have to craft a piece of tegu leather. God, you gotta process this thing 3 times in order to use it. I'd like to compare the flasks. So clay, 25 units. Tegu, 40 units. It's the best one we can craft so far. But it is expensive. And now it's gonna actually take processed water in order to craft these things, so. Now, if I'm not mistaken, can't I can produce water, right? With this? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think that you can put salt water in here and convert it to salt, but you don't get the clean water after. You evaporate it. Just like in real life, if you boil salt water, then the water will evaporate eventually, and you'll be left with salt sediment on the bottom. At least I think that's how it works. Alright, let's fill this up. Then we'll have a full output tank. Okay. Piece of tegu leather. We need 3 of those just to craft 1 flask, but it nearly triples our water capacity per flask. And this raw clay pot here, we can fire that and use it to make at least 1 tegu flask, right? I'd imagine that the tegu flask is... it's how we want to fill up the solar water distiller. 1 flask fills up half of that thing with salt water, so that'll be its use. What the hell? Oh, you can drink clean water out of that. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we need 1 more bark. I'd like to make that upgraded leather backpack. Or something, you know? Bandolier with cartridge pouch. That's probably for the musket. 2 tendon threads and... oh, but this armor. Now, I remember we almost got killed by a jaguar. And it was in the last episode, I think, or the episode before that. We had a shred of health left, and the only reason we survived was by virtue of the armor that we had, so... you know what? Our next job is to get more leather. To kill more of those bisons on the other island. Oh, we could craft a weak bow. But I want the native bow. It'd be way better. So yeah, flexible branches and killing bisons. That's our task. This is why I kind of need a bow, is because chasing these guys down is so tedious. It's short for you, I'm editing it, but most of it's just running around like a chicken with your head cut off, accomplishing little, like next to nothing, you know? Alright, yeah, we're just gonna make a bow. Honestly, between the tegus harassing me as I travel around and how fast the bisons run, it's just not worth it to try to do it this way. I'm just getting hit for nothing, right? So we're gonna go back home and we're gonna craft a bow so that we can actually hunt these things. Oh, I left the flexible branches in the fucking... Oh my god, in the wagon. I have... We have 2 processed hides, don't we? No, we probably converted those into leather. So what's funny is I may have actually screwed myself out of making these ropes of skin. Yep, we're gonna have to get more leather from another place. Alright, well, we're producing more water. But yeah, we're gonna need more leather. Or else we can't do shit. So I'm sorry, but we have to wage war against the anteaters, despite how much I love them. They are the only available prevalent source that we have on hand, so... There are anteaters around here, if I recall correctly. Yes, this way. They tend to linger around the termite mounds because they're a preferred food type for the anteaters. Ah, no frickin' leather from that one. God damn it, that's such a low rate of return. Anyway, I guess with the fresh hides we've gotten, we can make that rope. And then at least with the rope we can make the bow, and with the bow we can hunt bigger game that'll more reliably give us a consistent supply of leather. I tell you, we're gonna kill every bison on that island just to make sure we have enough to work with. I do not harbor the same sympathies for bison that I do for anteaters. They will all be slain and harvested. Not that I didn't just slay and harvest every fucking anteater on this island, but... necessity spoke for me, alright? Oh man, I've been recording for an hour already, but I can tell that I'm gonna edit this down to like 15, maybe 20 minutes, because it's just been so boring. I've been doing a lot of like base work and walking around. I want to actually get to the other region and make some exploratory content. But we can't do that until we're ready, right? So... Okay. Wooden bow. Has improved accuracy and lower stamina drain. Arrows are required for shooting. When shooting, it is better to pull the bowstring all the way. It deals at least 40 damage per shot. And we'll want to craft more bone arrows. We do have 11, but they have a chance of breaking or losing durability, so we'll make sure we've crafted enough. Oh, buddy. Okay. So we now have 28 arrows. Let's go hunt some bison. So, compensating for arrow drop, let's see. Yeah, we shot him. Are you coming? Are you pissed? Thank God you are, because I was getting tired of that. Alright, well, it looks like one arrow does the job of pissing them off to the extent where they pursue you. Now that is a respectable amount to hide. We're going to want the tendon threads as well. Alright, let's kill every other one. We have to. We need the leather. Oh, we didn't collect our arrow. It's, right over here. Under his body, strangely enough. There we go. Alright. Oh, yeah. Right in the head, too. That was not a bad shot. They have a very short window between their attack attempts. At least I'm making progress. Like, we're actually killing them now, which is gonna help us. Alright. Alright, I may have overcompensated a bit for our lack of hides, but I suppose it's better to have an excess than not enough. Alright. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna need these horns for anything other than the crossbow, but I'm just taking them in case, right? Well, the wagon is full, and we've gotten 15 fresh hides to work with. Alright. I'm gonna take this meat, too. I gotta admit, I found the bow to be very convenient. Anyway, I have filled up our solar and fueled water distillers. We have a lot of water now. You know what sucks? I want the Teguhide flask, but it's too much work to actually incentivize me doing it. Like, the fact that I have to process the Tegu skin into Tegu leather, and then I have to process that once again, and then I have to use that for the crafting purpose, it adds a level of tedium that I don't feel should be necessary, right? It just de-incentivizes doing it. I mean, water-wise, I'm fine with just a bamboo flask, so why would I do all that work for one that's bigger, right? Even filling up the solar distiller, as big as its capacity is a trivially simple task. It doesn't necessitate actually crafting a larger flask to do it with, right? So I don't think I'm gonna bother with the Tegu hide, and even in future playthroughs, I might never screw with Tegu hide again. It sucks, but it's just, they kind of de-incentivize the laborious task of upgrading your equipment by gating it behind so much tedium. Where we're ready to process all this leather. 10 hours and 30 minutes. There it is, 15 processed hides. See, all of our flasks are going to be full. The Tegu flask, it's too much work for what it gives you. And I think that they should reduce the amount of labor required to acquire it. It would just make sense, because there's a matter of, like, your reward weighed against the amount of work you have to do, and it's just de-incentivizing. There's no good reason to actually do that work unless you're just really bored and want something to do, right? But in a game about exploration and the open sea and all that, you're never bored enough for that. I feel like the base work leaves a little bit to be desired. Now, if they had, like, a rested bonus, kind of like Valheim, where the better your home was, the more of a rested bonus you could accrue, and the longer it would last, and the more it would benefit you, I think this game could use something like that. Something to incentivize comfort ratings at your base. But at least I have my poled urchin. Yeah. Alright, well, you know what? I honestly think I'm just gonna head to the new region and see what I can accomplish there. It's funny, right? Like, I worked so hard for all this hide, but I'm gonna need more water in order to make use of it, which essentially just means I'm gonna have to leave the solar distiller for a while. And what sucks is I don't know if the solar distiller is gonna work when I'm gone from this region, so we'll have to find that out. Anyway, let's head out. We are going to have a lot of jackals that we have to kill here. Let's sleep until morning. Okay. We might want to bring ropes and charcoal for mapping. Alright. Iron Island. And after an entire hour and 21 minutes of pure tedium, we can actually explore something meaningful. It's going to be a lot less time for you, because I can't bear to make you sit through all that boringness that I sat through, but Alright. Let's get started. Consistent attack rate, definitely. Oh my god. Well, let's get stamina back. Well, I think that's it. No, it's not. Alright. Yeah, these are regular jackals. We're gonna start by grabbing whatever this is over here. We have more than enough iron tree branches. Alright, let's go grab whatever that is. There's a cart up there. I don't know if it's a log cart or a box cart, but there is a cart up there, so if we find iron here... I was worried that I'd have to go back to base to get the supplies required to build that, but... we'll make use of it. Okay, so this lower area, I'm gonna head over there, and then we'll start ascending when we find a way up. I also still have to search this island down here. So maybe we'll search the lower area of this island, and then before we begin our ascent up that volcano, if we even can, we'll head to the other island and search it. It's considerably smaller, it's gonna take a lot less time to do. I'm not searching too thoroughly only because I know that whatever I find here probably won't be too useful to me at this stage of the game. One thing I've learned just through this playthrough is that there are certain resources you need a bunch of and certain ones that you hoard needlessly, right? Or at least that I hoarded needlessly. But that's, you know, this was all new to me. I'm not that experienced at this game, so what the fuck is that? Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna do this smart. There. I don't like the poor visibility. I need to get eyes on that jaguar. At the very least, it doesn't seem like there's two of them. Holy shit. Not done yet. Puma tendons. Interesting. Anyway, we've used our last injury bandage that we have on hand. We might have more in the boat, but... hell if I know. Oh, I love how this isn't catching fire. It should be. You want to talk realism. Alright. There, now we at least have a way through there. I hope there aren't too many more pumas to deal with. Indian diving mask blueprint. goats are where I draw the line. I don't care how useful their items are, I'm not killing a fucking goat. They're basically dogs, right? Like, I had a hard enough time with the prairie dogs. Pumpkin seeds. That's a very unique food item. Yeah, I can't let them fake me out. They always fake you out. Okay, so it looks like jaguars and pumas are two different types of enemies. Yeah, the trick with pumas and jaguars seems to be just like, don't chase them, right? Don't charge your attack and run at them, because you're pretty much just inviting them to fake you out and hurt you. What is this? Tiny encampment. The science of weapons. Throwing effect. That'll be our second throwing effect. Anything else of value here, you think? Well, it's a nice place. It'd be a really good spot to build a base if you actually had a... Well, you could put rain collectors right here. Still, it's a far walk to get anywhere. Still, I'll bet that oil fire up there never goes out. It'd be nice and scenic for you. I can appreciate this location. I hope that the final region that they release is just absolutely frickin' massive, right? Absolutely massive. I could go here if I take the schooner's helm or find 3 more pieces of the natives map. I'm very curious, right? Because right now it just feels like there's little incentive to unlock the later stage items and equipment, only because the game does run out a lot sooner than it will in the future. Where do we go now? What's our route? I'll tell you one thing, if I played another playthrough of this, maybe like 6 months from now, then I wouldn't commit to so many redundancies. I wouldn't overgather supplies, you know, I'd be careful to avoid sort of bogging myself down with unnecessary tasks. However, as the game continues to evolve, there's no telling what's going to become necessary. I mean, maybe some of the excess that I gathered of supplies will actually be important to do when the whole game has been released. You know? Alright, let's continue our journey inland. I know I said I'd go to that other island, but I changed my mind. Blame it on my ADD. What the fuck is that? It's quite dark in here. I see it in there. It is way too dark to fight that thing. Holy shit. They actually expect me to fight that? Like, you can't have a spear and a torch out. That's crazy. We're gonna have to try to kill it, I guess. Holy shit. Oh my god. Couldn't avoid that. Son of a bitch. Run. That is insane. I can't believe they make you start that fight in such a dark area. This is fucked. Oh! Alright, guys. Well, you know what? It looks like my grievances have come to a close because the playthrough is now over. Oh, game over, man. Game over. Alright, well, you know what? I'm happy with that playthrough because I did get to experience a lot of the new shit. And, well, of course it sucks to die, but in the future I'll do the tedious things that'll help me survive. Like I said, if I had bothered to craft that leather armor, right? It might have saved my life there, or I could have chugged more living water. Or I could have started that fight with him using the bow, and then ran him outside to where there was adequate lighting to battle him. So, I'm gonna accept responsibility for that. I obviously should. It is my own fault that I died. And now I get to actually think about what other games I'm gonna start playing. And, like I said before, Project Zomboid, The Long Dark, Subsistence on Hardcore, we have options, and I'm thinking I'll do 2 of them at once. Subsistence is very graphically beautiful, but Project Zomboid and The Long Dark, the file sizes will be smaller, so I can increase my output for those. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for sharing this adventure with me. We tried a whole bunch of shit, and this isn't the last time we're going to play Survival Fountain of Youth. We'll be revisiting it again, possibly before they release another update, but I'm most likely going to wait. Alright, once more, don't forget to check the health cookie down below, or the pinned comment down below for the word of the day and a health cookie. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and the support that you're giving me. I know there's very few of you right now, but it fulfills me to an extent that I don't think you realize, right? People are subscribing, people are watching, people are leaving likes, they're supporting me, right? And that means the world to me, especially right now in the stages of my channel's infancy when I'm just getting started. Alright, so Survival Fountain of Youth comes to a close and a new adventure begins. And I will see you in episode 1 of that new adventure. Alright, guys, take care, rock on, and peace!